Hello, guys, and welcome to Young Minds versus Madhavi's Physics. In this video, we are going to derive mirror formula of a concave mirror. Okay, and what is the mirror formula? 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u, where u is the object distance, v is the image distance, f is the focal length of the given mirror. So the ray diagram is of this kind. See, this is a concave mirror, this is the polished surface, this is the reflecting surface, right? And f is the focal length, c is the center of curvature. And what is the relationship between f is the focus, right? And focal length and center of curvature, radius of curvature is r is equal to 2f. Right? That means what is r? From pole of the mirror to center of the curvature, we call it as r, right? PC is equal to r. And what is focal length? Focal length is PF is equal to F. Right? Usually these two things should be mentioned just below the diagram always. So now pole of the mirror, right, and principal axis which passes through the pole and the focus and the radius of center of curvature, right, that is which is perpendicular to the reflecting surface passing through the center of the optical device. Here the optical device is mirror, right? So first what we have to draw is only a mirror, then a principal axis, then locate pole P and then F, right, and C. And F should be a midpoint between P and C. Approximately you can take. And if you have, if you draw it with the scale, you will get more clear and appropriate diagram. Okay, right. So now let the object be beyond C, that is beyond optic center. When the object is beyond the optic center of curvature, when the object is beyond center of curvature, that means away from center of curvature, right, then you will get a what do we call a smaller image, a diminished image, and that should be a real and inverted image. This concept should be there in your mind. Okay, right? So once when you have that concept, depending on that, now we use two rays in order to create the image. So forget all this. Draw one ray parallel to the principal axis, that is called paraxial ray, right? And this paraxial ray after incidenting and at the time of reflection, right, upon reflection, this passes through, the reflected ray passes through the focus. This is the rule, right? This is the first rule, that is a ray which is incident on a concave mirror parallel to the principal axis upon reflection will pass through the focus. So we have drawn the diagram based on that first rule. And the second ray what we are going to take is the ray which is passing through the center of curvature. Whenever the ray is passing through center of curvature, that means the ray is incident on the mirror perpendicular to it, that means along the normal. Whenever a ray is incident on any mirror along the normal, then the reflected ray also takes the same path. So suppose these blue rays, right, represent the incident ray, then this purple color or the pink one, the dark pink one, is the reflected ray. That means both are along the same straight line. Children, observe this one. Right now the point of intersection here, here at this point you will have image IG. Okay, is that clear? Right, this is the way you have to draw the ray diagram. This is object OJ, this is image IG, and already you have put PFC. Now we, in this particular derivation, we are going to use principles of similarity of triangles. So we need a triangle here also which should be similar to this triangle. For this one, what we are doing, drop a perpendicular from M onto the principal axis, that is MP prime is a perpendicular, right? MP prime is a perpendicular now. Right, so that this is one triangle, this is another triangle, and if you observe, this is one triangle, this is the other triangle. So all together we have 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. Right, now if you observe this triangle and this triangle, these two are similar. That is triangle CIG and COJ are similar triangles. Right, now triangle FIG and FP-M are similar triangles. Right, so now how to write the statements? Very simply writing, right? Not writing in the paragraphs, direct to the points. OJ is object, IG is image. Now we discuss about incident ray JM, which is parallel to principal axis. Hence, after reflection passes through focus M, F. It is very, very important, children, to mention how the ray after reflection is behaving. Very, very important. Don't miss it out. Right, now incident ray, the other ray is JQ, which passes through the center of curvature. Hence, after reflection, retraces its path. Again, it goes back along the same path. Right, so now from the figure I said already that there are four triangles altogether. Two triangles with which are having a common vertex C are similar, as well as which are having common vertex as F are also similar triangle. When these two triangles are similar, then the size of the object by size of the image is equal to OC by IC. That is, height of one triangle by height of the other triangle is equal to base of one triangle by base of another triangle. Right? So, and also we have the other triangle which are similar. So, therefore, here also we do the same thing. Right, height of one triangle divided by height of the other triangle is equal to base of one triangle divided by base of the other triangle. Right, so like this we will be getting. But what we observe here is, so observe carefully. Now P dash M is equal to OJ, we are writing it here. Why are we writing? Now look at the diagram here. Right, so this is OJ. Now we are drawing a line parallel to principal axis. That means this will become a rectangle, isn't it? This becomes a rectangle. So P dash M is equal to OJ. That means the height of this particular triangle is equal to height of this triangle, which is the size of the object. So now in place of P dash M in the second similar set of triangles, you can substitute OJ. Clear? So now let's go back to the derivation here. So P dash M is equal to OJ. So let us substitute in place of P dash M OJ. So OJ by IG. So this is OJ by IG in the first equation also, which is equal to, now according to this equation, P dash F by IF. Right, P dash F by IF. So in this you are substituting just P dash M is equal to OJ. Right, so now thus we got this value like the OJ by IG, OJ by IG. From 1 and 2 it is very clear that when LHS are equal, then automatically RHS must be equal. So therefore OC by IC must be equal to PF by IF, P dash F by IF. So OC by IC is equal to P dash F by IF. Okay, so just pause the video and note it down, children. And writing the statements is very important. Don't write so many paragraphs of description. Straight away go to the point and mention those which are very, very important, which you are not supposed to skip. Never skip them. Okay, so let's see. So let's see what we have to do now. If we consider para-axial rays, so we redrew the diagram here, right? Now you can see that this is the actual diagram what we have in page 1. Right, so now suppose if this ray is a para-axial ray, we imagined, right, we considered para-axial ray, we didn't consider marginal ray. Marginal rays means which are parallel to the principal axis but passes through the extreme ends of the mirror. Para-axial means they are very close to principal axis. So as the ray is coming closer here, you can see that this P dash is matching with P, isn't it? So therefore P dash is equal to P. P dash coincides with P, right? When we are considering a paraxle ray. So therefore P dash. So for convenience, first we imagine that there is a P dash or MP dashed which is perpendicular to the principal axis, so that it will be convenient for us to take these two triangles are similar. Right, because along the curve you can't imagine it to be a straight line. Right, clear why we have imagined this one? Yes. And now since we are taking the para-axle rays, this P dash coincides with P. So therefore in the previous equation, in place of P dash, you will be getting P everywhere. Okay, so therefore in the previous equation we got OC by IC is equal to PF by IF, isn't it? So, and this one in fact was P dash F. Now P dash is coinciding with P. Therefore, in place of P dash F, we are writing PF. Right? If you have noted down already whatever is there in page 1, so just give a look at that one, then you can see what change has occurred to equation 4. Right, now this is equation 4. Now carefully observe the diagram. Carefully observe the diagram. Everything now we want to convert in terms of F and like in terms of P. In terms of P. Like how it is. See, observe this OC. We don't have P in this place. So now OC, this is OC. OC in terms of P means from here you need to consider. From here to here, PO is this distance. We need only this distance. So therefore from this distance, you are going to subtract this distance. That is PO minus PC gives you OC. So OC is equal to, in place of OC, you are writing it as PO minus PC. I said all the terms which do not have P here, we are going to convert this into term P. Right? PF no need, but OC we need to change, IC we need to change, IF we need to change. All in the similar manner. Right? OC is equal to PO minus PC. Similarly, IC. What is IC? This is IC. I need this one. Right? This one I need. So from PC, you are going to subtract PI. So therefore IC is equal to PC minus PI. PC minus PI. Now the next what we have is IF. This one. That means PI minus PF gives you this one, IF. So PI minus PF is equal to IF. Okay, children. So now is that clear that how we are changing this? Because our aim is to derive 1 by F is equal to 1 by V plus 1 by U. That means 1 by F means this distance, right, from pole to the focus. V means object distance means from image distance means P to I. Object distance means P to O. Therefore, we want P to be there in the equation. Hence, we are changing everything. Clear? Now, no need to by heart. You have to keep in mind that we need object distance, image distance and focus. Therefore, you are converting everything from the pole. Right? So, now substituting these in this equation, you will be getting PO minus PC by PC minus PI. So, you can substitute all these in the respective places. You will get this equation. But what is PO? P to the object. Right? Pole to the object is object distance. PC, pole to the center of curvature, is radius of curvature. What is radius of curvature? Which is equal to 2F. And P to I, that is image. Pole to image is image distance, which is V. Now pole to focus is PF, which is equal to focal length. So you got all the values. PO is U, PC is 2F, because R is equal to 2F. Now PI is equal to V and PF is equal to F. Substitute all these values in this. Right, so you will be getting it as U minus 2F by 2F minus V is equal to F by V minus F. Just cross multiply, rearrange the terms and simplify. Finally, you will be getting the equation like this. UV is equal to UF plus VF. But what we want is 1 by F is equal to 1 by V plus 1 by U. Isn't it? So I need 1 by F here and UV should get cancelled. So what I will do is I will divide the whole equation with UVF. I am going to divide the whole equation with UVF. So what will become UV by UVF? UV will get cancelled. So 1 by F. Now UF by UEF, U and F will get cancelled. V is left over in the denominator. Right, now VF divided by UF, and so V and F in the denominator are getting cancelled. You are left with U in the denominator. So 1 by F is equal to 1 by V plus 1 by U. This is the mirror formula. Clear? Clear, students? Very, very important derivation for class 10 children. As well as I think this is also there in 11th class, right, in some of the boards. So very, very important derivation. And also remember, final point here is that whenever you are doing numericals based on this formula, you need to use sign conventions. Okay, you have to use sign conventions. Okay, when we discuss about the numericals, then I will discuss about the sign conventions. Now, this is the derivation for mirror formula, right? Yeah, those who want, please pause the video in between and note down. And very, very important, and this is very in a simple manner I explained it, right? Rather than studying from the textbook, if you study this, you will be able to understand it properly as well as remember it perfectly. Okay, see you again.